Are you surprised sometimes with the things that he comes up with?
Oh, every time. It
Right?
takes it to another level. He's incredible. I mean, we're proud of it when we play it on him, and then it's just like, oh my God, it just goes to a whole nother level.
I think, like, how does he think of these things over these parts?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So you guys even think that,
That's
right?
his gift. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it makes my hair stand on end thinking about it. So it's special.
So when I got here, I heard your drums being checked through here, and it sounds great.
Yeah, Tim's got it pretty dialed in.
He's got really dialed in. So when you guys are actually jamming, you really have a great idea as to what the stuff sounds like.
Yeah, we can tell if it's going to translate or not, I think. So it's good because you're not spinning your wheels on something, when you get good sources and good sounds together, you can believe in it.
Were a lot of the things done in one pass with everyone playing?
We go to a big room to capture the drums. We don't actually track here.
Yeah.
It's more just for the writing process. So we'll go into a place like Ocean Way or O. Henry. I did tracks there. Some place that has $1 million worth of microphones and a big, beautiful room. Like we did Henson last time. It was awesome, and then our goal is just to capture the drum tracks, and we all play together.
Yeah,
we'll agree on a tempo, and we'll start a click track just in our heads, and then as soon as I count it off, that goes off, and then we're just playing, and then we'll do however many takes it takes for me to be happy with my thing, and then we will do edits, like this chorus might be better with this one. It's funny, but we usually play the song beginning to end though, and inherently, man, it'll be a couple of BPM off from this excitement, or however you're feeling that day, what you had to eat, could be anything, and so a lot of time it wouldn't match very good. So you you try to get one take all the way through.
So you're playing without a click.
Yeah, I've never tracked a Tool song to a click.
Awesome.
So yeah,
I wondered, like you couldn't. I can't even imagine how you would do that.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just. I think a lot of it is because a lot of them are such weird time signatures. It'd be hard to program a click to it or something. If it modulates metrically or something. But I think it's okay if things going to speed up and slow down a little bit. I think it breathes a little. Most of the stuff I grew up listening to, like all that old prog stuff, you hear it now.
Yeah.
It's funny how sensitive you become to tempo changes after being inundated with click perfection over all these last
Talk about
years.
that. How do you feel about that?
It kind of takes some magic out of it, I think, but I hope that other people don't just hear it as wrong. I think you can kind of feel like that, probably as young kids, as they're so conditioned to everything being perfect, it might be hard for them to listen to classical music or, stuff that breathes, it's another world, that's for sure.
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get even more of my dream guests and help continue to grow both channels. Thank you.
Talk about your influences.
Well, when I started off, it was, I had an older brother, so it was whatever he was listening to, trying to keep up, with the older brother thing. Beatles was the first thing, when I was a really little kid, But I think when I first heard Zeppelin with one of my friends or something, his older brother had a Zeppelin record, and we listened to that, and I was like, man, this wasn't like Beatles, like it kind of old or rather like older people's music. I felt like that struck me, and so then I got my first drum kit around that same time too. I was probably, God, I don't know, 9, 10 years old, and put the headphones on and just learn every Zeppelin tune.
Well, that was when Zeppelin was putting out records then.
Yeah, man, I was so excited. I remember Physical Graffiti coming out and all that stuff. Even House of the Holy. I think I remember right when that came out. First record I ever bought was the 4th record, like with lawn mowing money, my own money. I actually, when the levee breaks and all that.
What's the best Bonham drum part, you think?
4 Sticks is pretty cool. That's a really cool beat. I mean, that one impacted me a lot because it was really hard to figure out. But a lot of the stuff like Physical Graffiti had the stuff that hit me harder than anything else. That's my favorite Zeppelin record by far, you know, like Wanton Song and Custard Pie and all that. I mean, that's just hard rocking good stuff that it really hit home for me, you know. But yeah, like all the, Presence I liked a lot too, just because I was the right age and taking bong hits and listening to that, you know. It was incredible. Like, had a huge impact on me.
Okay, so Zeppelin, and then who else?
Then it was like the more the proggy guys, like Emerson, Lake and Palmer, like I really liked a lot, and Yes, Genesis. Those records just had the interesting drumming on them, you know, like that mid-70s stuff. And then that was kind of around the same time I started taking lessons, and I had a good teacher that sort of exposed me to some of the fusion things too, you know, and then start playing in the big band and jazz and stuff like 75, 76, and I turned on to Cobham and Tony Williams and all that, you know, and then that was my forte then. When learning to read and kicking the big band was just a great experience, you know, just opens up so many doors in the jazz world, and just to be able to read and go buy Modern Drummer or whatever and then see the little lessons and be able to do them, you know, be able to get something out of that, like elevated my playing a lot.
Did that teacher teach you rudiments and you did everything?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I did like playing in the school band. They would have like the state contest thing every spring, and I always learned a rudimental solo, went and played it, you know, in front of the judges and stuff, you know, and then you get a little medal if you got the #1 ratings. I got like 4 of those. That's pretty funny. It's always good for my hands, and I still
use
do that all the
stuff?
time. Yeah, I religiously, a half hour before I go on stage, I play through a bunch of rudimental stuff, even if it's just sticking patterns with the music playing, you know, that it, you know, different tempos or whatever. And just I think that's why I've been luckily never had any hand problems, no carpal tunnel, you know, knock on wood. But yeah, warm up is essential. I mean, especially on tool because I'm hitting really hard, and if I go out cold, it's just painful almost, man. It just doesn't work. You know, my hands will cramp up, and as long as I'm warmed up, it's smooth sailing.
What kit did you play when you first, like on the first Tool record?
I had a Phonic Plus kit that I just bought off of a guy here in town. I can't even remember what it was, but it's a couple of 24 kick drums, and they're all square-sized toms, like 12, 13, 14, 16 or something, you know, and then those were my babies, you know, man. I still love the Phonic Plus drums, man. The Beechwood sound, they just generate a lot of low end. Those bass drums, actually, from that kit, I think I've used on every Tool recording. You know, man, I've have all these other kick drums I've had made, you know, get my endorsements from Sonar, like Signature Series stuff that's insanely expensive, but man, I always end up going back to those kick drums. They're magical.